Will trading go away? In today's podcast, I want to discuss the important question of whether trading and especially Forex trading will go away anytime soon. And my goal with this podcast is to provide a different and a very honest perspective to help you make the best decision going forward in your journey as a trader. With cryptocurrencies having been around for years now and central banks talking about the introduction of digital currencies, many traders, especially in the Forex world, are asking themselves the question whether Forex trading will be around in a few years. And with this question, they imply their doubts about whether it still makes sense to get into Forex trading or if it's a waste of time. So does it make sense? What do you think? Let me know in the video comments below. And I get this question a lot, and I want to share my thoughts on this topic and provide some tips on how to navigate through the current very uncertain times to help you make the best possible decision. Alright, so let's get started. Will Forex go away? I started my trading journey around the year 2006, which was 4 years after the introduction of the euro. And I remember very vividly that I was talking to other more experienced traders back then about this transition to the euro. And before the euro, you had dozens of currencies in Europe, such as the Deutsche Mark, the Italian lira, the French franc, and so on. And they were all replaced by just one currency, the euro. And those experienced traders back then told me that there was so much uncertainty, or there used to be a lot of uncertainty and worry about the replacement of all those currencies, and Forex traders used to worry if everything would go away or change in a way that it would not be tradable anymore. Fast forward 17 years, this didn't happen, and although the FX and Forex landscape has changed dramatically, Forex trading is far from being over in today's world, right? The first lesson here is that change is inevitable. Our whole world will always undergo changes, and sometimes the changes may be quite significant. But change is not necessarily bad, and new opportunities may present themselves. Name one industry that didn't undergo a significant change over the last 10 years and is likely to still remain the same in 10 years. Let me know in the video comments. And therefore, as a trader, but also in your life outside of trading, being able to handle change is such an important skill. Do you put your head in the sand and try to avoid looking at the change, or you complain what is going on around you? Do you only look for the negative aspects? Then you will probably be left behind and rendered useless. Or do you pay attention to what is happening in your chosen field and in other areas? Then you actually may be in a great position to benefit from change and put yourself in a really great spot when the change is occurring, and even before that. Second, the skills that you are learning in your trading are not only limited to just Forex and currency trading. During all of human history, we engaged in trade, and there's no reason to believe that this is going to go away anytime soon. Such a belief would just be totally irrational. And to understand what we are doing as a trader, we have to zoom out a little bit. What is your job actually as a trader? Is it just to draw horizontal lines on a price chart and wait for a candlestick to show you an exact shape or a move in a specific pattern that you have memorized? Obviously not. What you are doing as a trader is way more, or at least what you should be doing is way more than that. So let's break it down. First, you learn to manage risk and think in terms of probabilities and look for the trade-off between risk and reward in certain situations. Just this skill alone will be so valuable in other areas of your life as well. But you will also get to know yourself on the most intimate level as a trader. There's always this point in a trader's journey where he realizes that there's more than just waiting for the right candlestick and using the correct moving average. Spoiler, there is no secret or perfect moving average. You as the trader are always the weakest link in your whole trading enterprise. As a trader, you have to become much better at dealing with your emotions, and you have to be in control of your mindset. This does not mean that you have to shut off your emotions completely and trade like a robot, as many traders mistakenly believe. It means starting to work on your awareness and starting to recognize your emotions as they come up. Most humans are just helpless victims and they are a playball of their emotions. A trigger comes up in your daily life, emotions arise within you, and you just give in and react impulsively. And such an automated and emotionally driven response never leads to the optimal outcome. Therefore, traders have to learn the skill of self-awareness and emotional control so that once the emotion comes up, you recognize this and then you can actively control your response. For example, you start feeling uneasy in your trading, and whereas you used to just start trading recklessly and completely forget about your trading plan, you can now identify the emotion as fear or maybe a lack of confidence because you have just broken one of your trading rules or you used a position size that is way too large for your account. We can see that the emotional response in such a case that you're feeling is completely natural and it's also appropriate. So the emotions, whenever it comes up, they actually play a very, very important role. And now you can respond in the most effective way and improve your situation and the decision making. If the trade you took is completely outside of your strategy, then you can close it. If you just jumped in too early, you can close the trade for now and wait a little longer until all signals align. Or if your position size is just too large for your account, you can close parts of the trade to achieve the desired outcome. You see, the emotion that you experienced didn't come out of nowhere, and it tried to tell you something. An aware trader can recognize the emotion, interpret it correctly, and then appropriately alter their trading behavior and make better decisions. This skill of emotional awareness will help you improve your life in all areas. For example, it will also help you in your job to deal with your boss, your coworkers, your employees, and your partners much more effectively. But it can also improve your social and your family life by avoiding emotionally charged arguments and impulsive responses. But of course, you also learn to read and interpret market price developments. Pattern recognition is, after all, very, very important as a trader, and it's a very important skill set. And this skill is, of course, also transferable to other markets outside the world of Forex. A good trading course or a good trading mentor will not only provide you with the trading strategy and the knowledge to execute the strategy, but he will also teach you what it takes to create a completely new strategy and adapt an existing one. The strategy with the exact parameters that you are trading today will certainly not be the same strategy that you will be trading in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The market is changing, the volatility is changing, the momentum structure and the trend expression are always undergo changes as well. I have also witnessed a change in the way patterns behave around breakouts. And whereas a few years ago breakouts were the go-to approach of many traders, in today's markets we see a much higher tendency for pullbacks, dirty retests, liquidity runs, and fakeouts around breakout areas. And 20 years ago, many professionals focused mostly on trading candlesticks across different time frames. And whereas this may have worked back then, those times are obviously over, and edges in trading are always morphing and changing. This is such an important insight. Edges in trading are always morphing and changing. You have to come to terms with that. And this fact requires then that the trader understands how to adapt to those changes. The skill of paying very close attention to the subtle market changes and also flawless record keeping in your trading journal to detect the slightest variations is a very, very important skill. You put yourself in the driver's seat and you become the architect of your own fortune, so to speak, instead of just relying on other people's input and help. Even though Forex trading may go away, which I'm not saying it will, if you properly learn the technical skills of trading, you will be ready to tackle whatever may come next. And finally, worry takes away your motivation to keep learning and growing. A trader who believes that Forex will go away will not be ready to fully commit and not go all the way. If you believe that you only have a limited amount of time left, why should you dedicate time, money, and energy into something that will be gone soon, right? And such traders may start looking for shortcuts. They will not put in the time that it would require to learn the profession adequately. And then what will happen? Of course, your results will suffer and you will quickly lose your excitement and your joy for trading. Okay, I have just thrown a lot at you, and now let me briefly sum things up and give you a quick recap. Will Forex trading go away? Here are the 4 most important things that you have to consider. First, Forex may not go away, but change is inevitable, and the Forex market that you are seeing today is most likely not going to be the same that you are seeing in 5, 10, or 15 years. However, you should not act and think negatively about change. Being ready for change is important. Change is inevitable. Second, the skills you are learning in trading are not limited to Forex and currency trading, especially the meta skills such as thinking in terms of probabilities, understanding situations in terms of reward to risk ratio trade-off, self-awareness, emotional control, emotional intelligence, self-discipline, personal responsibility. All of those things will help you in all other areas of your life as well. Number 3, if you learn trading properly, you will be ready to take what you have learned in Forex trading and transfer your knowledge to other markets when a change is needed. So the time is absolutely not lost. And finally, worrying about what may or may not happen in the future is not helping you today. It will put you in a negative state of mind, and you will most likely not be ready to fully commit to your trading right now, and this will lead to bad results and no progress. So I hope this explanation helped you look at the whole topic with a new set of eyes. Trading is more than just the surface level of price action and looking at charts. And by having a complete understanding of what we are trying to do as traders, this can hopefully help you make better decisions going forward and also enjoy the process.